Hey everybody, I finally reached 100. Actually, let me see. I'm at 115 now. That's probably because I got a little boost from Viper29 and BackForwardPunch. They both made, shout out videos for me, and I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Check out their channels. I'm gonna put a link to them there, I think over there. I never can tell which way to point, but I got a small handful of questions to answer, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. The first set of questions were from Kieran D212. The first question he asks is what's my favorite breakfast cereal, or just breakfast in general? I'd have to say like omelets, like any kind of omelet, whether it has steak in it or just egg and cheese. I love omelets, they're really good. Second question is the worst generation of fanboys, 16-bit or the current one with PS3 and Xbox 360. I'd have to say it's worse now, because we actually know more about the systems now, so everyone's throwing more specs out, and they're letting that determine their decision. I know how the 16-bit, everyone's like, oh, but that one has blast processing and this and that, but nobody knew what that was, Everyone was just kind of giving into the hype, but I don't know, I just think people know too much about the system now, and they're letting that determine what their favorite one is, not based on the games or anything like that. It's just specs. Let's see, his third question is, where do you get most of your gear from, like games and consoles? There's actually a local retro game store that opened up about half a year ago. It's called RU Game. You should ask Ness Master about it. He knows all about it. If you want to know about it, I don't think they sell online or anything, but you can shoot me a message. But let's see. Alright, Jodeci Mudvayne has a couple questions. His first one is, what is your favorite comic book movie? I never really got into comic books, but I guess one of my favorite movies that were derived from a comic book has to be Batman Begins, or well, actually Dark Knight, but actually both of those together. They're both really great movies. I like how they took a darker approach to it, as opposed to the series that started with Michael Keaton and ended with George Clooney as Batman. They just got too cartoony, and I really did not like Batman and Robin. It was awful. But yeah, the reboot, as they're calling it these days, took it in the right direction, and they're really great movies. If you haven't watched them, check them out. Let's see. His second question is, scroll down. When do you think Blu-ray will overtake DVD as the dominant viewing format? As far as quality goes, Blu-ray is way better than DVD as it is, but when I think it will cease the production of DVDs and just be the only medium out there, I would probably have to say give it another like 5-6 years, because it took DVDs about 8 or 9 years to take over VHS altogether. So, because I think DVDs came out in the early 90s, but they weren't like really mainstream until the mid 90s, and then right around 2000, 2001, that's when VHS is slowed down dramatically, if not just stopped altogether. I don't remember when exactly, but that's when I think. Let's see. If you can take one image from a video game, movie, TV show, etc., and make it into a poster to hang on your wall, what would it be? I think when Link pulls the sword out of the Temple of Time in Ocarina of Time, because that was like one of the most epic moments in gaming for me, especially when I first ever got to that point. Yeah, anywho, next question.